Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Stupid psycho terrorist bitch talking in my head keeps saying she wants to talk in my daughter's head over and over again. She keeps saying, I want to talk in your daughter's head. I want to talk in your daughter's head. I want to talk in your daughter's head. Like a stupid weird ass bitch. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my fucking head. Now she's calling me a stupid bitch over and over again. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I want them sentenced to death. Because there's obviously nothing to investigate here. And those bitches are using the war weapon. They're using to talk into my head. Okay, they're using the weapon they're using to investigate me to talk into my head, which is obviously prohibited. They're clearly murdering me, and they're making my hair fall out. I want those bitches sentenced to death. The bitches talking in my head keep saying, I'm gonna make sure to talk in your head till the day you die. And now they're laughing. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists that live in California somewhere, and they're hiding, and they're never in proximity where I can capture their voices on my live stream. They're trying to frame people for what I'm hearing in my head. They're stupid psycho terrorist bitches, dude. If they're obviously, they want to use the weapon to investigate, why would they be in proximity? Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? Why would they, how could they use the weapon if they're close enough to be heard in my live stream those are the biggest lying, psychotic bitches on the face of this fucking planet. I can't capture the voices I hear on this live stream. They're talking in my head, and I want those bitches sentenced to fucking death. What they're doing constitutes the death penalty. Thank you, God. They'll be investigated the same way and sentenced to death the same way they've murdered people. And that's what the fuck they get. That's the laws that govern over this weapon, okay? Justify capital punishment, okay? That's the godly law, okay? You die you live by the gun, you die by the gun. That's how it is. Thank you, Jesus. No, that's what Jesus said. That's what Muhammad said. That's what Buddha said. That's what the Indian God said. That's what every God said that lived or didn't. That is a God. Every God that is a God. Or was a God. Okay. They're making me dizzy. They're making my face swell, and they're making me dizzy. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. The roach terrorists are talking in my head. Honey, the most intelligent thing that has ever been said just got said on my live stream. Ever. More than Jesus. What are you talking about? YouTube gave me a platform to say it because they know that someone more brilliant than he is here. And that is his mom. Me. Okay, I gave birth to the man and everything. that have the strength to keep me down, okay? Because my wise wisdom words I use matter. They mean something. There is a body for you. So there is a body, and each part is extremely important. And the terror's talking in my head don't understand that those that produced YouTube, they created this platform were essential, and it was necessary that they not be targeted by the terrorist in my head, because then they would have been dumbed down too much so that they couldn't create YouTube, so that people targeted like myself who were in a position to be targeted but not boiled down to a vegetable could say that there are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists and their psychotic roach families talking in my head, trying to pretend like there's something to investigate, and they're manipulating records that are produced with the weapon that they're using to talk into my head. The weapon, it is prohibited that they use the weapon to talk, okay? Unless, of course, I was mute or I was deaf. And I was in a state of danger, and they had to get me out of there as quickly as possible. However, they are using it to launder money and traffic and defame people so that they can ultimately be the wealthiest families on the planet and control and twist the arms of intellects to do as they say. But of course, they're intellects, so they can't, because they outsmarted the terrorists talking mad because they're dumb, because they need to ask them permission to use the weapon. And anyways, the story goes on and on. And basically, the terrorist talking in my head want to say that what I hear is coming from outside, external in my environment, when it is not. I cannot capture their voices on this live stream. No one in this room hears the terrorist talking in my head. In order for the weapon to continue on surveilling, it is voice activated. And so they keep triggering it by talking, and they want it to seem like it's coming from outside. And so, they don't want me in environments where it's obvious that no one hears them, and they don't want me in front of cameras that can't capture any camera. Because they want to blame them talking on other people. The genius is talking in my head. They're hurting me. My face is turning red and I'm dizzy. I'm weak. I'm weak. I'm weak from them. They're hurting me. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head while I'm at work. They're trying to get me out of here. They're hurting me. They're getting aggressive with me. They're making me nauseous. And lightheaded. Thank you. Anyways, like I said, there are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head, pretending to investigate me. But what they're really trying to do is find a way to murder me and get away with it, or get me to commit suicide. By hurting me constantly and making me as miserable as possible. And constantly, I'm lightheaded. I'm lightheaded. They're making me lightheaded. It's the men because they know I want those roaches to die. Because without those roaches, okay, they no longer can multiply. multiply like roaches. They can't really, roaches can only split roaches. They only come out at night from here. Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. They're trying to rub my eyes. They're making my face swell.
like the second I look down, they're making my car escalate, so I have to slam on the brakes. The men are extremely aggressive. The women that are sitting side by side with them, they're obviously they're trying to support and protect the men while they murder me and try to find a way to get away with it. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists, as they did when they murdered Bernadette Oloskov, David Basili, Daniel Atkins, Mina Morgan, Morrow, Mark and Jacob Iskander, two 15-year-old boys from St. George, a 22-year-old girl from St. George, Sandra Edward, and a Arini who just died from one of our churches in Orange County, a mom from St. Marina Church. They murdered who else did they murder? I mean, they've murdered so many. Peter Malik's brother, who they murdered, they caused him cancer. Who else? God, the list of people that they've murdered goes on and 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 on. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head with a war weapon. Please help me sentence them to death. I want those stink ass, roach ass terrorist bitches to die. They're talking in my head with a war weapon. They're talking in my head with a war weapon, and they don't want me explaining that I hear them in my head. So just for that split second that I look down, they take control of my vehicle, and literally I'm on flat. This is flat land, and all of a sudden my car takes speed like I'm going downhill. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for mathematicians, man. They know how, like, they know the calculus and and geometry and all the things that come into play, that people, like, they know how to calculate to see if in fact it makes sense. Otherwise they can leave it up to, they can boil it, they can leave it up to the suspicion of it being the terrorists using this war weapon that these terrorists are using, not using to investigate me, and are prohibited to use to talk into my head, but still are, because they're trying to traffic me, and they're trying to make me sound like I'm dangerous, and I'm this, like, psychopath, and I'm belligerent and I'm violent, but I'm not. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head. They're murdering me with a war weapon. They're talking in my head. Right now they're suffocating me. They're suffocating me, and they're making my face swell. And look at, they're making the veins in my head pop, because they're stopping circulation, and they're making the veins swell up. They force the words "fuck you" out of my mouth. Like, after they're taking control of my vehicle. I just want to show you guys right now. This is how flat the land is. Just for a moment. Flat. See? That's how flat it is. She's like, we're in California, you dumb bitch. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking in my head. I can't capture their voices on this live stream, and they're mad because they're pretending they need to investigate me, but they're trying to murder me and get away with it because I have entitlements to the records that are produced with the telepathy weapon that they claim they needed to investigate me with, but instead they're talking in my head, which is prohibited. I'm not deaf, and I'm not in a state of danger. I'm not, and like, my environment isn't dangerous. It's the terrorists using the weapon that are dangerous, and they're talking in my head with it. I want them sentenced to death. I'm not dangerous and my environment's not dangerous. It's the terrorists talking in my head that are dangerous. They need to be sentenced to death. They're serial killers. They murdered Mina Morgan. They murdered Bernadetta Loskov, David Basile, who I have not seen in ages, by the way. Okay, I just found out through the grapevine that they were found dead. And these terrorists talking in my head, they want to traffic me out in the street so my family can find me dead too. Or they want me to commit suicide. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. And basically they're so mad that I'm live streaming and making it clear that I can't capture their voices in my head and knowing that it's the death penalty. So basically it's them committing suicide because this is basically suicide to be talking in my head, knowing that it's the equivalent of the death penalty. So they keep trying to get me, trying to make my life a living hell so that I commit suicide, because I know it's the equivalent of the death penalty and I keep shoving it down their fucking throats. They said, never mind, you fucking bitch. They're forcing the words out of my mouth, but they said it in my head. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Oh, and here's the genius thing that I was saying. So these bitches want to say that what I'm hearing in my head is coming from external my environment, okay? External of inside of my head. And it wouldn't make sense for them to be within proximity of me, okay, and say that they need to investigate if they're within the environment, within proximity of me, that can be heard. So they're nowhere in proximity of me that can be heard, yet they're talking in my fucking head. That's not making sense. So they're talking in my head, but they're nowhere in proximity of me. And if they were in proximity of me, it would be a conflict of interest. That's what I'm trying to say. For them to need to conduct an investigation because they're in proximity of me, and it wouldn't make sense for them to investigate themselves because they're a part of the suspects within my environment that need investigating. So they can't make a claim against themselves. Does that make sense? Now that makes sense. Finally. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking inside my fucking head, trying to create a narrative, and I am basically depleting the fuck out of their stupid wannabe tactics to terrorize and manipulate and launder money and murder. I am depleting it completely. Thanks God to YouTube. Thank you to the brilliant minds that took and created YouTube and created this ability for us to live stream, because now I can in real time live stream and make it super fucking clear that what I'm hearing in my head I can't capture on this live stream. So they can 100% double up on the records and make it clear that what is happening in my head wasn't captured on this live stream, and ask questions to the stupid fucking psychopath terrorists pretending I need investigating if in fact I die or I go to court, why that is and why they didn't come forward if I have schizophrenia, and to test in fact if I have schizophrenia or not, and furthermore to see if they cause brain damage what else they fucking have done, track and find out what money they've laundered, who else they've caused brain damage, organ damage to, who else they've murdered, how much money they've laundered, like everything, every fucking thing. So I'm done. I'm so fucking done. And mind you, this weapon can basically boil you down to a vegetable. And the bitch talking in my head, who isn't under, no one's manipulating her brain activity to do anything, has in 8 years, has not yet come up with a plan B to figure her way out of her stupid death penalty. Okay? And now I've come up to speed with the situation. And the stupid whore had 8 years to figure out a plan B and still has nothing. And was saying to me, telling me how fucking basic this is. What a fucking stupid, dumbass, psycho, weird ass, roachy, fucking leechy bitch. I swear. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking inside of my head. Inside of my fucking head. Someone said, I love you. Aww. It's probably Drake. I love you too, Drake. I need you too, Drake. Are you Drake? Because if you're Drake Graham, okay, that's the only person on the planet, on the fucking planet that I love, well, beyond, other than Beyonce and Obama and Michelle Obama, okay? And everyone involved with pursuing, sentencing the terrorists talking in my fucking head. Aside from you, aside from them, everyone can really, just wait until all these terrorists get prosecuted in front of the public, which is what I want so fucking badly. I want the terrorists talking in my head to get a major Farrakunda beat down. I don't know why you keep saying you need me. I don't need you. What I need is Obama. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. But unless you're Obama, I don't know what to say. Okay, South. You need Obama. Everybody needs Obama. Okay, we're all people of color. White is a color, black is a color, purple is a color, green is a color. We're all people of color, and Obama's a person of color, and so therefore Trump is a person of color, although I don't know that Trump sees himself that way. So that's the unfortunate part. I think he thinks he's see-through or something. He's invisible. So anyways, whatever. And we all need Obama. And Drake. Because Drake keeps holding up his phones. I love that shit. You know what this means in Arabic? It means Hadilu. It means Hadilu. It means Idilo. means لما حد يزرطهم. You say اديله. تديله حته، تديله air، تديله air بس. وانا بدلهم كل يوم. شايفين بيني وبينهم air. كتير hot air كمان. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Do you hear me? Trying to water it down. They don't want me to feel like I'm being murdered, but I am. They're Egyptian American Muslim psychopath bitches. They're women. I want them sentenced to fucking death. Do you hear me? They're murdering me. I'm only 41 and they're murdering me, and they've been trying to find a way to murder me and get away with it since I was 33. We'll see, bitch. We'll see if I make it to 50, bitch. Okay, bitch. Okay, stupid bitch. Haha, maybe by then you'll definitely be sentenced to death, even your fucking bitch. Haha, you stupid woman. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're talking inside my head. They're talking inside my head. So the terrorist psycho bitch talking in my head thinks if she kicks it up a notch, I'm going to commit suicide when I have a 16-year-old daughter. I swear on everything. I swear on my life that bitch is getting sentenced to death. Oh God, I'm sentencing the bitch to death. That's the stupidest bitch on the fucking planet. Haha, I caught up to speed, bitch. Where's your plan B, bitch? Ha 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 ha, bitch. 40, I'm on 30, I'm on 20, and I'm only gonna get final pay. You stupid ass bitch. Haha, what happened to being senile once? Okay, okay. My eyes, okay, my eyes are how delusional do I sound? The States government and all the people that are pursuing sentencing your terrorist organization to death, bitch. I'm telling them what you're doing, stupid bitch. How about ha 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 pow pow pow. I think that's gonna be my new thing, pow pow. Instead of anything else. Pow pow. Pow pow Egyptian American terrorist. That's the name. Pow pow terrorist. It sure beats sounding violent for me. Although I'm not violent. The terrorist talking in my head. So the bitches are murdering me and they want me to sound like the violent one. The men want me to sound like the violent one and their women to sound like their victims. The fuck? They took Rebecca Grossman's car like they do mine, okay? And they took the kids. They intoxicated Rebecca Grossman. They took control of her car. They took control of the boys that were walking, and they so precisely timed it so that they would hit the women that are sleeping with the talking men. Okay, the women and the men that are talking, they're sleeping together in my head, that are talking in my head. So precisely made sure that they meet at the perfect time so that the collision would happen so perfectly so that the boys would go flying in the air from the impact and die on impact. Those are the women that they want to say are feminine. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. I want those stink ass roaches in caskets. They're talking in my head. Do you hear me? I want those stink ass bitches sentenced to fucking death. Now, do I sound, if I want the bitches that hit 2 little boys with a car and incarcerated an innocent woman, okay? If I wanted, okay, if I want them sentenced to death, do I sound like I am somebody who wants to do that to kids? I obviously sound like I would want myself sentenced to death. If that were me, if this is who I was, who I am really, but I'm not. It's the bitches talking in my head, and I want those cunts sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women. I want those fucking stink ass roaches sentenced to death. They're far from fucking feminine. They did it to launder money. Do you understand me? They did it to launder money. I want those bitches to die. I would do anything to expose those fucking whores. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Never over my fucking dead body. I'm gonna make sure you dead. Ah, you're just mad. You're not kind of fucking like a bitch. Leah. Lee. Hey, I called you so many times to say, get ready, we're going to the dentist at 2:30. It's 2 o'clock. You got like 10 minutes to get ready. Let's go. Like now. No, I mean it. I can't leave you. I can't leave this room until you're actually out of the bed. Come on. Please, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just my car is running. They're waiting. Let's go. Let me have your hand.
No.
Okay, then get out of the bed, Leah. The terrorists talking in my head are hurting my daughter. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. I want those bitches sentenced to death. Let's go, Bugsy. Mama, come on, get up. Leah, it's 2, Mama. That's why she wasn't picking up, and the bitches talking in my head are laughing. I want them to fucking die, and I'm not going to stop recording until I put those bitches in caskets. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're trying to get me kicked off. They're trying to get me kicked off of YouTube. They're dying to see me get kicked off of here because I'm proving that I can't touch the voices, and they're trying so hard to make it sound like I'm the violent one. They're murdering people with this weapon. I want them sentenced to death. They're talking in my head. I want them sentenced to death. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. They're Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists. You know what they're trying to say while they're murdering me? I look butch so that I can get mad. Do you know? And so instead of cry, they're not saying, "Oh, we're gonna fucking murder you, you fucking stupid bitch." Instead, they're calling me butch. Do you hear me? They're trying to play on their victims' emotions because they're playing these rotten, disgusting games so that they don't feel threatened and scared to die because this is a mind control, mind reading war weapon. If it reads that the victim feels threatened, like they're being murdered, it will flag the records for review. And these bitches will be sought out and sentenced to death. It's 2, Mama. It's 2. Here, let me. Leah, please, Mom. Please, we already missed the first appointment. They're going to charge me. I don't have time for this. Here. Leah, I don't have time. You just got done telling me your teeth hurt. Leah, I'm not joking anymore here. Leah, get ready. He's murdering me. The terrorist talking in my head is murdering me. They're murdering me. It's the women. It's the women. Leah, I mean it now. The longer you take it, the more I'm gonna sit here. Here I am. Get up. Get up. Leah. Move. Move. It's not a game, Leah. Okay, get up. Hi, Mika. Hi, mamas. Hi, baby. You want me to open this door? It's been stuffy. No. Leah, my car is running, Leah. Let's go. Hi, baby. Hi, mamas. What's gonna stop you from purring?